Hello and welcome back to Albert vs. the Asylum. If you're familiar with the show, you know that the Asylum usually rips off big budget blockbuster Hollywood movies and makes their own smaller, lower budget movies that have similar names. But today, we're venturing into entirely new territory. Because today's film doesn't just rip off a single Hollywood blockbuster, it rips off an entire genre of motion pictures. That's right, we're talking about the 2011 awesome fest that is the Asylum's Zombie Apocalypse. Strap yourselves in, folks. This one's gonna be good. Alright, it's always gotta be the French. Meanwhile, the zombies remain in the area directly around the Eiffel Tower for reasons that are unknown to us at this time. Just once, I want to see a zombie outbreak take place in Texas, and the zombie gets killed within the first 5 minutes. I don't know what the rest of the movie's about, but it's not about zombies, I can tell you that. Meanwhile, life goes on as normal in Baltimore. Of course, all this happens right before Godzilla stomps on him. Apparently, they destroyed those transportation arteries with hundreds of people still driving on them. Good job, Army. At least we've still got those old World War II battleships if we need to fight off any aliens. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, even 6 months after the zombie apocalypse, the Asylum will still be making movies.
Guys, I think we should have stayed at the cabin.
What, and starve? Besides, we need to find out what's happening.
Dude, the zombie apocalypse is happening, and has been for 6 months. How long have you been in that cabin exactly?
I mean, don't you think they would have found a cure by now?
Oh, they're all dead.
Hello?
Okay, I am not buying these people were smart enough to survive for 6 months up until now.
Kevin, don't go in there.
Any food?
Nothing.
Well, yelling didn't seem to work. Let's try banging on some stuff really loudly.
Hey,
You guys,
finish.
Okay, for real, how have these yahoos not died yet? Does this version of the zombie virus affect the zombies' hearing too? Somebody making a lot of noise. This sounds like they're trying to break my favorite candy machine. What does that woman want? Doesn't she know we're trying to get our candy fix on? Really digging that pentuple-barreled shotgun he apparently has. I hope you find your candy. I gotta go. Fortunately for these idiots and us viewer, the cavalry shows up just in time to smash the zombies in the face with a sledgehammer, no less. Oh my gosh, you guys are so much cooler than the idiots I was hanging out with before. Take me with you. Candy machine. Kit Kat bars.
oh, yeah. Okay, just hang in there.
M&M's.
Okay, just hang in
Let's get changed, come on.
Mr. Goodbar.
there. Just hang in there.
Jolly Ranchers. Unfortunately, the only candy they didn't have in that machine was the Lifesavers. Hey man, there's no time for piggyback rides in the zombie apocalypse.
Are you bitten? The zombies are close to you?
I don't know.
I was so psyched about Twizzlers, it's all a
If I ever
blur.
stand up, Spread your arms and legs out right here.
Why?
Well, just standard procedures. Just do it, please.
You see any bites?
Not yet.
But if they are there, I will find them.
You already met Henry. This is Julian, Cassie.
Come on, we gotta get out of here.
Nobody's gonna remember our names anyway. I'm Ving Raves.
Rules, forever wandering, lonely as clouds. Wordsworth.
Ah, yes, the famous poet Wordsworth.
Okay, but we need to get.
I'm not gonna leave my best friend lying over there.
Or maybe he'd still be alive if you hadn't been wandering around like idiots.
Like idiots! You killed my best friend!
Okay, so on the one hand, I really like the idea of showing the reaction of a real human being seeing their loved one turn into a zombie and having to deal with the fact that they have to get put down. But on the other hand, is the cabin that they've been staying in so remote that this is for real the first zombie they've come across? Because I'm having a real hard time buying that.
What was your friend's name?
Kevin Anderson.
And where was he
He
from?
wrote a lot of Star Wars EU stuff. It was pretty great.
Come on, we're not safe here. If we stick around, we're gonna turn into zombies too. Come on.
Not how zombies work, but fine.
We gotta go. Come on.
This tire painting brought to you by Miss Hardigan's second grade class. Having avoided calamity with the BB gun, Ralphie later, ironically enough, shot his own eye out with a bow and arrow.
Come on, coming with me. You're my buddy.
Buddy.
Peabody.
Okay.
Now that you've added the word P, I have no further questions. So, do I pee on you first,
Dad
or...?
always says that's why we never go anywhere alone, ever. Not even to pee, right?
I really like this scene because it focuses on the side of the zombie apocalypse that I imagine most people don't think about very much. I mean, it's not all shotguns and baseball bats and exploding heads. Occasionally, you gotta pee.
Ah, look who it is. Check it out. Truth, I do not stretch nor shove when I say that the dog is full.
Wordsworth.
No, actually, it's Ogden Nash.
Coming this summer from the Asylum, the Zombie Poet Society. Guys, hang on a second. That paper has a really great Arby's coupon.
Whoa, wait a minute. Right there. Perfect.
Remind me again why we broke into a surfboard shop? Somebody ought to grab one of those bicycles. How come nobody ever rides a bicycle in the zombie apocalypse? I mean, they're faster than walking, they're great on rough terrain, and they don't require any fuel. It's the perfect zombie apocalypse vehicle.
Hey, why don't we take bikes? It's easier than walking, right?
That's what I
Just
said!
make you a target for the runners.
Yeah, it makes it difficult to grab your weapons. Can't really hear him coming. Been there before. Not doing that again.
Oh, whatever, you just don't like my good ideas.
This. Just because it's the end of the world doesn't mean people can't clean up. Hey, remember that one guy? What was his name?
Kirkman?
Kirkman, yeah. This guy who was with us at this coffee shop once. So he was looking for his dark rose or whatever, right? He opens the back door. It's like 50 zombies waiting.
Turns out zombies really like dark roast.
Ready?
So what happened to this Kirkman guy?
Just what you expect.
I expect he went to town on some of that dark roast, y'all.
So what are we looking for again?
Say 7, like a combat boot
Combat boot.
or something like that.
It might be a natural for this.
You mean except for the fact that she's looking for combat boots in a sporting goods store, right?
There's a 7.
Perfect.
Excuse me, we heard y'all were having a sale on Highlight supplies. Oh my gosh, I've never seen so many low prices. How are you guys even still in business with deals like these? Can you guys believe he didn't say ice to meet you? Hey, come back! You have to pay for those size 7 combat boots! That's the other thing they don't tell you about the zombie apocalypse. It's really hard to find time to give your sword a good rub down. Somebody out there? Are you watching me rub my sword?
Who do you think is gonna read that?
Well, on a good day, I think it'll be my kids, which I currently have none, by the way.
And on a bad day?
Figured to be the guy who finds my body.
Speaking as someone who has kids, I think you've got that reversed.
At least, you know, there's somebody left to find my body, right?
We're about 16 miles away from the high school. If we get up early, we should be able to be there by nightfall.
High school?
Yeah, man, we're gonna crash the prom. It's gonna be so great.
It's our next stop.
Oh no, the moon's gonna crash into the earth. Plot twist.
So how come nobody would say what happened to Cassie's brother?
Jeez, woman, could you be any more indelicate? He died, okay? Probably not in a very nice way. Because it's the zombie apocalypse, and that's what happens.
It actually happened before I met them. They were out looking for supplies and they ran into a pack.
Well, what do you mean, what's a pack?
That would be a political action
It
committee.
doesn't happen very often, but sometimes the zombies will get together. They form a pack. It's kind of like a herd of cattle. They kind of all follow each other's lead.
And then they run ads for the presidential candidate of their choice.
It's not a zombie. It's Julian's dog. Get out of here! Get out of here!
I really like the idea of zombified animals during the zombie apocalypse. And Carl Schaefer, the writer of this movie, went on to be the showrunner of my favorite zombie apocalypse TV show, Z Nation, where they have a ton of zombified animals. If you watch this movie and you think, man, I'd really like to see more of that, go check out Z Nation, y'all, because it is pretty dope.
What about using flamethrowers?
Okay, so you're fighting a zombie and you hit it with a flamethrower. Now what?
Now it's dead.
Now you're being attacked by a flaming zombie. Burner, as we call the trade.
This is something I've always wanted to see in a zombie apocalypse movie. Zombies on fire. Bonus points if the zombies are extra fat and they burn for a real long time, because that's just messed up and awesome.
So where is everyone?
We're lucky. Barricaded inside.
What if we're unlucky?
He said, what if we're unlucky?
It smells really bad in here.
Ah, that's just the cafeteria food. You get used to it.
There any humans in here?
I said, are there any humans in here?
No, guys, this doesn't feel so good.
If anyone was here, wouldn't we have seen them by now?
Yeah.
Yeah, no point in actually exploring or anything. Let's just stop 2 steps inside the door and assume that everyone is dead.
Calm down.
Oh man, they're teaching calculus in there. I hate calculus.
Oh man, I think we should get out of here.
Yeah, before they hit us with differential equations.
Sure.
Yeah, they're here.
I mean, to be fair, somebody must be keeping the floors this clean. Yeah, this is what the court looked like after my school's basketball games, too. They're firing guns indoors and nobody's wearing hearing protection, so I'm just going to assume that everybody is going to be deaf after this scene. Ah, yes, the famous cheerleader filled with blue smoke zombie. Classic. Oh, yes, the girls' shower room. I've dreamed of this place many times. This is what you get, you creep! And this! And this! Stop spying on me in the shower! The black guy who isn't Ving Rhames gets attacked by the zombies, but the rest of the group escape from the gym.
There was a zombie, so I killed it.
Yeah, great job. You're my hero.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
Well, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but that wasn't actually a zombie.
Where's Billy?
And speaking of people who are actually zombies, you know, there aren't enough zombie movies where the zombies are on a plane.
Catch your breath.
I mean, they had that one scene in World War Z, but those were fast zombies. I want to see a movie where it's just regular zombies, but they're on a plane, and the people have to deal with that. Because that seems like it could be really cool if you did it right.
I miss my horse.
Damn, dude, that's gotta be a big horse.
All joking aside, how bad do you want to see a zombie horse in this world? I mean, just regular horses are terrifying enough. You get a zombie horse? Oh man, just get out of town.
How far do we have to go?
She said, how far do we have to go? Why doesn't anybody ever answer any questions in this movie? You know, for veteran zombie hunters, these guys do a lot of not hitting people in the head. Seriously, what is slicing him in the stomach supposed to do? Zombies don't need guts.
Where are the others?
Don't know.
How more do you think?
Don't know.
Thanks for coming back for me.
Oh, hey, there's your horse. This guy must be one of those newfangled zombies. You know, the ones that are known for their incredible reflexes and dodging skills.
I wish I would have found this earlier. Damn you, ugly.
I'm not gonna nitpick this too much because it's awesome, but what did the chainsaw accomplish that hitting him in the head with the giant hammer wouldn't have? Again, other than being completely awesome, because I do get that. Ving Rhames and the Sword Lady get separated from the main group, while the rest of the crew meet up with a band of roving archers.
There's no creepers following us.
We left things behind to distract them.
You have one man behind us, punching zombies.
One girl. Don't worry. She knows what she's doing.
We were headed through the city to the ferry when we hit a massive pack of the dead.
Yeah, we just call them zombies.
Don't say that. The streets are narrow, and they're going to be hard to avoid. So you do what we tell you, or do not come alone. You understand? We'll help you through.
I like to imagine this as a scene where the people from The Walking Dead get together with the people from Z Nation, and the Z Nation crew is all like, guys, I know the zombie apocalypse just happened, but can you not have some fun with it every once in a while?
You want me to take over, let you get some sleep?
We have a system going. It doesn't work well when we try to include outsiders.
Yeah, we won't need it after tomorrow. We won't be in Catalina. That's the plan, anyway.
As they say, the best laid plans of mice and men often go astray.
It's actually Gang After Glee from the original Burns.
Aw, dude, you are speaking my language. I mean, not literally because I speak English, but holy crap, do I love it when people get pedantic and literary. Yes, please.
Trying to to charm me with poetry during the zombie apocalypse?
No, he's trying to charm me with mansplaining.
That's not a no.
Hey, look. What is that?
Satellite, maybe. I don't know.
Sometimes the end of the world is beautiful.
It's little things like this that really make me love this movie. Just these small acknowledgments that there is something fascinating about the end of life as we know it.
Oh, toilets. Yes, toilet time.
Julian, what are you doing?
Dude, I'm in here. What the heck? Haven't you ever heard of knocking? Main crew hides out in a van from a horde of zombies, but then mansplaining literature guy realizes he's been bitten by one of them. Man, Black Friday after the zombie apocalypse is off the chain.
Henry, behind you!
They're getting smarter.
I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this. On the one hand, I'm on board with the idea of different kinds of zombies in this world. But on the other hand, if they get smart, they kinda stop being zombies. I like how that Mustang isn't crashed into the wall or beat up or dirty at all. It's just really badly parked for reasons completely unrelated to the zombie apocalypse. That's what you get for parking on the sidewalk. You know, the great thing about this movie is it knows when to be serious, and it knows when to be awesome.
I don't see any gaps.
But I do see an old Navy.
Zombies have learned to climb.
You get it?
Think we're gonna be
Because
okay.
they're on a pier. It's a joke about ships. But just when it seems like help might finally be within reach, one of the archers discovers something horrifying. What to my wondering eyes should appear but a zombified tiger? Yeah, baby! Christmas came early! They managed to beat the zombified tiger by dragging it into the sea. But what's worse than one zombified tiger? Two zombified tigers! Considering the source, the effects on these things are amazing! Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for Henry, the tiger is still alive. I mean, it's dead. Undead. It's bad news for Henry. But Henry still has a little bit of fight in him, and he takes the tiger out with a final throw of his hammer. Yeah. With Henry dead and the tigers defeated, the rest of the group sit on the dock and wait for the boat to Catalina. I like to imagine this is where the movie ends. It isn't. There's another scene that shows the boat coming into the harbor, and apparently they're all going to be saved. But to me, the idea of them all staring off into the sunset with hope is a really powerful one. It's hope that got them through all this. And I like the idea that hope, in and of itself, is enough of a reward. But anyway, that was Zombie Apocalypse. And I gotta tell you, it's one of my favorite Asylum movies. It works because it knows when to be slow and when to be action. It knows when to have contemplative character moments and when to have people shooting at zombies with machine guns. It balances those two things out really beautifully, and it gives you the more contemplative style, psychological, human side that you get from The Walking Dead, but it also gives you the shooting zombies up with machine guns and cutting them with chainsaws that you get from more fun stuff like Z Nation. It's a really great mix. And on top of that, the survivors that they meet aren't giant douchebags. I know that's a popular theme in zombie movies, that the biggest threat are the other humans in this world. But I like the idea that this says no. We're stronger together. We have our differences. We have our problems. We'll fight and argue, but when we stick together, we're stronger and we're better and we need each other. And because of that, this ends up being one of the more hopeful zombie movies that I've ever seen. It's beautifully paced, the characters are interesting, and if for nothing else, then it gave rise to the potential for there to be a Z Nation TV show to spin these ideas out in a longer format. I can't help but love it a little bit. It has its problems. It has cheesy special effects. But this is one of the few Asylum movies that I enjoy on a level above the ironic, above laughing at how silly it is. I really dig this movie on a pure emotional movie viewing level. It's a great start if you're interested in checking out The Asylum and you like zombie movies. Give this one a try, because it's one of the Asylum's best. Until next time, for Albert vs. The Asylum, I'm Albert, still looking for them zombie dinosaurs, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, Human Echoes podcast marketing meeting. What's our budget looking like, Tony?
It's about $5.
$5? What kind of marketing can I buy for $5?
I've got a guy in Sri Lanka who will write Human Echoes on his belly and dance around.
Is that the best we can do?
I mean, I could write Human Echoes on my belly and dance around.